G'day YouTube, Maisie here. A little bit of an update on what's happening with the Offgrid. I've got a few more bits and pieces together since the last video. It's been raining the last couple of days, so I've had a couple of minutes off the farm. It's a little bit wet to seed me oats. Like we all know how we all like to seed our oats. Alright, I've got a few more bits and pieces happening since my last YouTube on the Offgrid update. So I've been down to the local scrap metal dude and he had this power box just sitting there ready for scrap, and I said, how much? So I got myself a power box to put my bus bars in. Now I had a couple of people send me messages and that, and the copper bars might be better, so I've got hold of some copper to make some copper bus bars. A couple of YouTubians, thank you very much. I didn't realise that aluminium can restrict power flow, so I got some of these from my scrap metal mate, and he also had some big insulators to put the bus bars on for insulating. So basically I'm going to put them inside the box. I've got the plate that came out of the box here, and I'm just going to basically get you in the shot. Push the button. Right. I'm basically going to be putting the insulators each end of this plate, which comes out of the power box, which by the way has got a high voltage danger sign on the front of already for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to mount these insulators, and basically the bus bars mount on there, and I'll do that, I've got a feeling I might do that each side, and then put it inside the box. Meanwhile, in between the nights off, I've picked up a couple of Blue Sea dual battery switches to put on the different 2 battery banks, so I can switch the inverters and the grid, the charge controllers to the batteries. So I've got one for the second inverter and one for the main inverter. I've got a piece of aluminium that I've got the holes marked out to put the disconnect switches on, which I think will fit on the bottom of the bus bar junction box. I've also had another bit of aluminium. I spent a little bit of a time and drilled a few holes in it and cut a few holes out, and that's basically to put my safety DC circuit breakers in. And well, I'll get it up that way. Basically you've got the holes to screw them on, and I've allowed a bit of a gap between each one there for so if they get warm. And I'm looking at putting this all on my DC combiner box. So we're looking at basically cutting a hole in and putting that on the front of the bus bar box, and then I'm going to put the bus bars inside the box, and then I'm looking at putting the DC disconnects in here. I've got to cut the holes still, you can see the pencil mark there, and then basically mount them on the bottom, and then run all the DC wires in through the bottom of the hole. Okay, there's a little bit what's happening here at Maisie's Offgrid. Now everyone's seen the famous amp gauge, so now I've got both of the famous amp gauges. There's a little bit of cloud, a little bit of shadowing. So I'm basically, I had the 1 amp gauge in this box, and as everyone can see, it won't fit 2. So I've got a bigger box which will fit basically both of the amp gauges in. Cool.